everybody, welcome to my channel Behind the Vanity. I'm Jessica. Today's video is actually a first impression. It is now October and my birthday was in September. Yay, happy birthday to me. Anyway, so, I'm usually uncomfortable with people like buying me presents and, usually, you get to a certain age, and anything that you want, you kind of buy for yourself and, it's harder to tell people what you want that they can get you. And it's great when they can just like buy you something and surprise you. But when they ask, it's kind of like, well, I don't know. I mean, anything I want, I'll buy for myself. But anyway, so my mom was really wanting to buy me something and I can't get my mom to come to Ulta with me just to browse. But so for my birthday, I kind of wanted my mom to come to Ulta with me just to browse. And so I'd been kind of eyeing the Urban Decay Naked Honey palette, the new palette. And I try not to buy too much makeup, but it just looks so cool. And my favorite palette by Urban Decay is hands down the Naked Heat palette. I just love all those coppers and I've done many tutorials now with the Naked Heat palette. And I kind of feel like the Honey palette is a good complement to it because it's you have the coppers and then you have the golds, and I feel like the two could be a match made in heaven. For instance, I really don't have a desire to get the Naked Cherry palette. So but I really was I really kind of want that palette. So when my mom was like, what do you want? I was like, well, I know something that you can get for me because I know myself enough to know I was eventually going to probably buy it for myself, but I would have waited, just like I did with the Naked Reloaded palette. I waited forever to buy it. So I was like, well, you can buy me that. So we went to Ulta, and in the process, she found a nail polish she liked, and it wasn't a total loss for her. She enjoyed her trip, and I enjoyed going to Ulta with my mom and kind of explaining stuff and showing her the makeup and letting her try it. And so anyway, needless to say, I got the Naked Honey palette, and I have not used it yet. I got it over a week ago, but I wanted to wait to use it until I could film a first impression video with it. So I'm gonna go ahead and open it. And it is just so pretty. This one, now the Reloaded palette, and I actually did a first impression video on that. I will link that below. It does not come with a brush, and I didn't really mind that. I didn't mind that it didn't have a brush. I know a lot of people didn't like that it didn't come with a brush. Also too, I think a lot of people don't really care for the Reloaded palette because they kind of in the process discontinued the first Urban Decay palette with the idea that I think they were kind of using that as a replacement. I actually like the Reloaded palette better than the original Naked palette, which I also own, but that's just my opinion. And I've got a couple tutorials where I use the Naked Reloaded palette that I will also link below along with the first impression of that palette. But yeah, that palette did not come with a brush the way the Heat palette did and their other palettes did, but this one does. And so this is the palette. See, the brush is in there. I haven't even used it yet. I have not taken it out of the package. And so it's a dual end brush. It's kind of clear in the middle, almost like amber. And this is the brush. It's got two ends on it. It's got a kind of a long end that's kind of really good blending. That would be really good to blend. And then this one here is kind of a shorter, kind of a more compact brush. So it's a really, really nice brush. Of course, you'll have to use other brushes because like I said, I kind of wish these palettes came with 12 brushes or 6 of these that are double-ended, but they don't, but that's okay. So yep, so it fits down there in the bottom just like it does on the other palettes they have. And the colors are gorgeous. There's actually, of course, there's that really gorgeous, just eye-popping gold right there in the middle, which is stunning. That's really what catches your eye in the palette. On the Reloaded palette, for me, what caught my eye was the, I think the color Retro, which is that peachy color. And then there was a really shimmery, brown. I can't think of the name of that one either. And those colors are the ones that stand out and pop. For me, it's the gold on this one, but of course, it's just true to form. It's got the mattes and it's got the shimmers. And it's nice that their shimmers are actually, the Naked Heat palette, I love it, but their shimmery shades are kind of similar. They're very close in color, but the shimmery shades on this one are very, very, very different from each other. They have these 3 in the middle, then it's got one over here and one over here. It didn't do like the Naked Reloaded palette did and made some of the basic colors, like the ones that, like the transition shades or the lighter shades, like it didn't put them in bigger pans like the Reloaded palette did, which I kind of like on the Reloaded palette, because you do end up like using sometimes those lighter shades more and use them up, because a lot of times you use them as like a base. And so I like that they had different pan sizes in the Reloaded palette. That was a nice touch. But these are all the same size. So the colors are from light to dark. Your left to the right is Flyby, Sweet, Swarm, Amber, which starts the shimmery shades, Keeper, Golden, Honey. Honey to me is the one that like really stands out. Queen, Hive, Drip, HBIC, and Sting. So I really think the variety of colors is really very, very good. And true to form, just like all of the Urban Decay eyeshadows in general, not just the Naked palettes, they go on smoothly. You know, there's some fallout, but they're very pigmented and just very good quality, same quality of all the other palettes and eyeshadows. And I'm really hoping and I'm really feeling and hoping that it's gonna go really good with the Naked Heat palette, and that these colors will kind of work in harmony. And of course, I will have a tutorial up at some point using this palette. So I might try to come up with a tutorial where I use this and the Naked Heat palette together. And of course, I will do a tutorial where I just use this on its own. So again, yes, very excited. So how many of you have bought this palette already or are planning to? Let me know. Let me know how you like it if you've used it already. Very excited to get to using this. Thank you so much for watching this first impression video, and be on the lookout for more tutorials. Subscribe to my channel, hit that bell notification so you'll know when I put up a tutorial using this palette, and I will see you all next time. Bye.